Hey everyone, CCC Genesis here with another deck profile. I'm going to feature a new Ascension ruler actually. I got them a little back ago and I've basically been playing around with them, been testing. So this is Alice, the ally of the fairy. She used to be the fairy queen. What's new about her is basically she now has 7 mana instead of 8 mana. Pretty good, it's really good. And then she also has a little light energized. Instead of being a 9/9, now she's now 11/11 with fly. Well, she's always had flying, but now her God's Art is now only 1 mana, 1 white mana. So it's extremely more powerful than it used to be. This deck is crazy fast. It's so much fun as well. So when she enters the field, she makes all your, so she untaps all your fairy resonators. So basically you get to attack twice, you get to activate the fairy's abilities, like wind sprite you can tap for mana, restand it. Flame sprite you can burn something and then restand her. Viviane you can tap, flash something in, restand her. And she also technically get a buff of Viviane. I didn't remember that all that much because I haven't played the deck in forever. But I got her to like 26 by herself, but that doesn't matter because she doesn't get to attack very often in this deck. So on to the Resonators. We play 3 Wind Sprites. Wind Sprite's basically the mana dork of the deck. Not as powerful as it used to be because now Tamas are very popular. So you don't really want to rely on Wind Sprite as much as you want to, but it's still very nice to have a mana dork to help you ramp into Viviane. For Flame Sprite's basically one of the best cards in the deck, honestly. The ability to swing, burn, it's just nice. Like early game chip damage, late game kill spell, mid game kill spell as well. So good. And then she restands herself off of Alice. You can flash her with Viviane and then just burn something on her untap phase. It's insanity. Next, I played 3 Water Sprite, mainly because of the whole deck's revolve around fairies. She's a scry. She just cycles. She's a cantrip basically in the deck. Cantrip, yeah. She basically cycles. She's your draw power. Play 3 of her. It adds a little bit more consistency to the deck. She's not as important as Flame Sprite, but she's still nice to have. And then you can also flash her in during your recovery step. See what you're going to draw next turn, or see if you can add another card to your hand. Very lovely. Very nice. Next, I think this is the most important card in the deck, honestly. Escort the Fairy King. This card is, honestly, when this card came out, I was ecstatic to play Fairies. Well, again, this is my 3rd time legitimately rebuilding Fairies after Alice Fairy Queen came out. I loved playing them before, and then this card has made the deck infinitely better. The ability that this card has inherent quick cast. So you can target a fairy, make it immune to target spells and abilities. It gives fairies hexproof. So it's a reactive card. It gives all your fairies +2/+2 with Viviane on board. You can protect your Viviane. You can protect your Oberon. Oh, this card's so good. Then I play 3 Black Moon Fairy. Black Moon Fairy is not really that relevant, honestly. I don't really see myself using her all that much, but the fact that she still can recur fairy is still lovely because it helps. It just helps. Also being another fairy on board, it just helps. Then I just play 2 Vision because Vision's just there for stealth control. A little bit of stealth control. I don't want, and just addition hate, but other than that, it's just there for stealth control. It's easy, 1-drop. It's just another 1-drop as well. So if it's like, it helps with the curve. It gets buff. It could be a distant blocker. And then I play 3 Oberon. Oberon also has quick cast, and it gives other fairy resonators quick cast. So turn 2 you can flash him in, and then turn 3 you can flash into Viviane on your opponent's turn. Tap for her ability on recovery step, flash into Flame Sprite, burn, reset all of them. The things that you can do with this deck are extremely cute, and I love it. It's a deck that has so much power into it. And you know, I just remember I forgot to do the stone list, but I just want to talk about the fairies. Fuck, who cares about the stones, right? 3, Elaine. Elaine's a fucking savage. I read her flavor text recently. She's a savage. Like, when that fairy smiles, it signals an attack that will tear the opponent to pieces. Like, fucking savagery. But other than that, okay, so she's a 2 mana white. She has an awakening for 1 white mana. You can search your deck for Protection of Fairies. So Protection of Fairies is basically a 1 mana addition resonator that you can equip onto a fairy for free. It gives a fairy +2/+2. Oh, we'll talk about that more when we get there. And then she also gives +2 attack to all fairies. So it's a fairy that buffs all your other fairies in addition to Viviane buffing your fairies. God, I miss this deck so much. And then, obviously, 3 Viviane. I would play 4, but I apparently misplaced my 4th one. But, okay, so Viviane's basically the heart and soul of the deck. Tap, flash in a 1-drop. All fairy resonators get +2/+2 until all fairy J/resonators gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. So you can constantly keep buffing your board with her on field. Herself counts. So if you have her and then you play another one of her, your board gets a +4/+4 at the start. It's insanity. She counts herself, so when you play her, she's automatically a 7/5. She's a 7/9 when she hits the field, and that's pretty much it. But she's just insanity. Like, I love her. She's such a good card. And then, for a piece of resistance, the Queen. Titania, the prideful Queen. Four of her. She's so easy to bring out. Your whole entire deck is 1-drops. Risk 3 1-drops, okay, bring her in. You can have Oberon, you can flash her in if you have Oberon on the field too. It's so good. She gives her entire field +2/+2 because they're all fairies. So you have Viviane on the field, it's a +4/+4. If you have 2 Vivianes, it's +6/+6. 3 Vivianes, +8/+8. If you have multiple of her, it just gets stronger and stronger. If you had Alice on the field as well with God's Art, your board just gets so beefy. Much beef. Much strong, much steroids. Alright, let's go to spells. So, 4 Protection of Fairy. Oh, whoops. Apparently I only have 3 Protection of Fairies? I thought I had 4. Whatever. Alright, so basically Protection of Fairies is just protect your fairies. That's what it is. Attach the fairy for free. Give him +2/+2. You can banish it to protect them from damage, the next damage. So if they get lightning strike, you can protect it. Demon Flame, protect it. Mikage ability, protect it. Honestly, it's a nice buffer. It's a nice soft protection spell. You can use it to block, protect the damage from being blocked, or removal spells. Well, damage spells, not removal like space-time anomalies or Nameless Mist, plots. But yeah. Then, 2 Circle of Trust. Circle of Trust is basically the road of the deck. You only really need 2. Because by the time you've used 1 successfully, you're usually actually winning the game, to be honest. Depends on the matchup, actually. But this card lets you search for 2 fairies, or you give your entire field of fairies +4/+4. Mainly, you want to use the ability to search for 2 fairies. I always usually search for Viviane and an escort, or Oberon and escort. Or escort's basically the main card you search off this, no matter what. Escort's so fucking amazing. I cannot keep saying that otherwise. Next, we play 2 of her Regalia. Basically, you use her God's Art to bring this out from the deck. It ramps. All it is this. It's a free card from the deck, basically. That's all it is. But you can tap it to give to produce any color for fairies. It gives your ruler +1/+1. You can sack it to give your ruler perishable, so you're able to flip over Alice if you really needed to, if you didn't actually win that turn for some weird reason. Or you're just being a troll. Sometimes I like to do that too. I'm like, right, do all the abilities, J activate, untap, pass turns. Like, wait, why didn't you kill me? He's like, I'm trolling you, man. Okay, killed you, I know that. But it gives your ruler +1/+1 for every resonator you control, so you don't technically even have to use this in a fairy deck. You can use this in a swarm-based deck like Fairies. Like Fairies. So, I mean, I guess if you're also playing Charlotte, Fairies would be a good addition too, because you just swarm the field and have a really huge Charlotte. And I know I could play Leviathan, but I don't need to. Like, the Fairies just kill my opponent for me. And then, one Song of the Fairy King. It's a huge monster reborn. Basically for a little bit more late game in case your board gets entirely wiped out. You're able to play this turn 5. Get all your 1-drops back if they, like, interdimensional escaped you or, like, it just did interdimensional escapes. I don't remember that 5-mana Dark Hole spell. But yeah, basically, if they have massive board removals or just use a lot of kill spells, this is just a nice little recovery card that you get to have your 1-drops. So you get like Water Sprites, Moonbeam, Black Moon Fairy, Flame Sprite, Escort, Wind Sprite. You know, it's just a nice little card to have. You don't really need to use it, honestly, but it's just nice to have. So, the stones. For Fairies Memoria, obviously, produce any color for fairies. Get to reveal a fairy, or else, if you can't, it comes in the field rested. But other than that, it produces all colors for fairies. It naturally produces white, and then you can tap itself and a white mana stone to give target fairy resonator you control +2/+2. Honestly, mana filtering is very lovely. But yeah, it's the main fairy stone, so why wouldn't you run it, right? Then, 4 of Gusting Skies. You do play a lot of green, you do play a lot of white, mainly your main deck is white, and then white-green, so that's it. That's easy. You can also play counter spells if you really wanted to, but there's no reason to. It's not a control deck, it's not a ramp deck, it's a combo swarm deck. I'm going to kill you by turn 4 to 5, hopefully. And just 2 light stones. That's all, really. Well, I hope you guys like this deck profile. I really have a lot of fun with this deck. Sadly, I haven't been able to record recently. There's no one really to record with right now because they're all busy with school and work and all that and such. And on Saturdays, I haven't been able to record anything because, yeah, you know, that's all. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope to see you soon.